worship you. Oh, you are worthy to be praised. You hear that? That is what. No, I challenge you na msiseme ni mimi niliwaambia msiende church. Tembea tu kwa kanisa barabarani. You will hear this. But is it the bishop's responsibility to develop your technical demands? You have to seek somebody to train you. Na kama una do sasa ndio hapo bishop and the rest of church members. If you are passionate, you talk to them and they invest in you. But there is no way you'll play like that since you started. Now we are on the 7th year. But we suffer this. So, if somebody cannot, when we are talking about chord voicing, voice those chords you are playing. What we are talking about is when you break those chords, they become like melodic, but it's a chord you are playing. It becomes sweet. I don't nataka kucheza. Na watu wenye ucheza trumpet na keyboard, please save us that one also. Ebu weka piano, trumpet. Najua huwezi ikosa, labda ulianza hapo. You know those trumpets are calling instruments. They have a harsh sound of a Latin. That's a trumpet. But it happens a lot in crusades. Yeah. Because it's a calling. Play. Sorry to bother you. Play kidogo too.
Your trumpet.
Yeah, trumpet. Crusade. It's a crusade style. And there is another one. There is another with brass. A very harsh tone.
It's called brass.
You know, when we are in a church service, as he looks for this, why am I insisting on this? When we are in a church service, we don't want our minds to be that one. And you want me to worship the Lord? Ambia Bwana unampenda. Alafu your volume is on the roof. Actually, by the time we are done with the service, kila mtu anaenda. You think they are going to the washrooms? No, they are going to cool off the eardrums. Am I exaggerating or am I saying what happens? Truth. But you see, why are we talking about training? If you understand you are called to do this, you must seek to be trained so that you understand. When you are playing a particular sound on a keyboard, because uzuri wa piano haina hiyo option, but keyboards you can select anything you want, including a guitar. Na sasa hiyo tuko na lead, but unataka bado kucompete na lead. Stick to the piano. And we had this training. By the way, we had this topic. So I will not control dynamics. This is very important. Synchronize with other instrumentalists. Hakuna haja ya kushindana. You are not proving a point. Ati wewe ndio unataka kusikiza. Synchronize. Let me go to spiritual demands. I've got another time imeisha. Spiritual demands, easy to insist, must have a personal relationship. Hapa najua mtaenda kusumbuana because hatuna wachungaji hapa. And some of these people are called by church administrators. When wewe ukiwa instrumentalist hukuenda kanisa na hukusema, so the pastor is stranded. He has to call anyone. Seller. But when you have a personal relationship with Jesus, you have a consistent growth in prayer, Bible reading, church fellowship. And you have insisted on this. Have a habitable secret place. Isi ile Mungu anakuja anaona moshi, ashes, broken altars. There is no life in your altar. You are just a mechanical thing. There is no life that can spring forth. The last time you read the Bible was when it was read in Christmas. behold, the Lord will give us a son, and those things. Fellowship, ukiattend service, that's your fellowship. You don't care to look for where people are fellowshipping. Even if you're in college, look for a fellowship. If you're in workplace, if there is a fellowship, build one. Look for fellowship. Edify yourself. Home church fellowships, if they are there. Look for times where you are fellowshipping so that you grow. Let me read. Be a committed member of a local church. Hii ni shida ingine. Including regular attendance to church services. Yes, please. Sorry. Unajua kuna watu, kwa nini nikuwe member wa hiyo church? Just go and track one of the worship hours, we talk about that. You must be a member. What are you playing there if you don't know the doctrine? A church member is one who understands the doctrine of the church. He knows the requirements of the church. Hata ujuangi siku ya Holy Communion ni gani. Worship team inalead watu na songs za kwenda binguni. When there is a Holy Communion, you don't make it a time where people reflect on the death and resurrection of Jesus. Wewe uko off every time because you don't attend church. Hata announcements, ati leo kulikuwa na missions, ati leo kulikuwa na Thanksgiving. Sasa hiyo mlikuwa mmetengeneza set list ya Christmas. Are you aware? That is the reason I'm talking commitment to membership.
Right.
And if you are not willing, wachana na uimbaji. Sorry. Be a model worship for the congregation by maintaining an attitude of worship while singing and playing in the band. Acha kukaa ni kama you are a different person when we expect you to be. Unajua pia kuna hii. Allow me to just, this is be a model. See, waimbaji kujeni mutuongoze na wimbo wa kuabudu as we meditate on the sermon. You drag your feet. Unatoka ni kama amtaki. What do you expect the congregation will do when you tell them to simameni? They are more sluggish than you. But we should be like soldiers. We have that series that is ongoing now. You rush. Like, hata you can sense when the bishop or whoever is preaching, mnaanza kusimama hata kama mjaitwa.
Yes, sir.
I pray that tutakuwa hivyo kwetu. Hatujakuwa hivyo. So don't think we are setting a model. It's just that we are talking about being practical things. Think of the practical things, how you can model. Kama ni kuclap, tupigie Bwana makofi. The backup na ana mic. Anafanya tu zile za. Sijui kama ushaiona those TV services za news. Watu walikuwa church mahali. Hata mikono ikaribiani. Na ni makofi kwa. But sema umepeana pesa ya CDF. Everyone will shout and, clap mpaka mikono zinakuwa red. You need to search our hearts. The other spiritual demand, your focus is on God, not just performing. Please. Si stima zikipotea unauliza nianze tena. Because you are focused on electricity. Stima zikipotea, you are disoriented, you are confused, everything stops. Stima zikipotea, wachana na watu wa technical. Wangangane. Unless we were performing. Ability, this is very important. Ability to intercede for the congregation. Si unaombaga tu mashida zako na gari unataka, nguo unataka, job, nini. But you even don't think, even on a Sunday morning, tafadhali, hata Sunday mornings, tukuje tu tuwakumbuke jameni. Instrumentally, si kucheza tu. Are you interceding? Kisikia ni intercessory, wewe kwa huko nje hivi. Acha hawa waombe. Sisi tutakuja kucheza. Wachana na worship team. If you cannot intercede seriously, you are in the wrong place. Sorry to say. Surely. You must have developed that. If it is not there, develop it. Na hakuna sorry. Yeah, sorry. Worship team members are intercessors, whether you like it or not. You are automatically. Because even when you are leading, you should be interceding. Bwana, ile kitu nafanya, naomba ikuwe na impact on the lives of people that you will visit them. Otherwise, unasimama hapo umechanganyikiwa. Communal and group dynamics is the last slide. Yes. So, because we said we are a team, then what is our responsibility and requirements? Maintain faithful attendance record. Wacha kuwa wewe ni wale watu wapatikanagi all the time except sometimes. Wachana na worship team. Look for something else. Don't be a stumbling block. If your attendance is wanting, not because you have issues that are unavoidable, but because you do not give it priority, wachana na hakuna sorry. Be committed to practicing more on the song parts individually at home. Akisikiza tu wimbo. Na si utamu ya wimbo. I've said that over and over. Skiza, what is this person singing? How are they expressing the words? What are the dynamics of this song? Spend time with the song. Interact with it. That's your duty. Ndio tukikuja pale tukiimba, everyone has done their part. During rehearsals, we are just in one spirit. But you can imagine, kwanza hata rehearsals hatukukuja. So we are rehearsing before the congregation, and then the congregation is also trying to learn. So our 45 minutes will be a waste. But if we work behind the scenes, God will move, because you are not thinking, hapo palikuwa panaendaje. You already know. Arriving on time, ready for music practice, is essential for every member during rehearsals and church services. I want to add. Sikuwa wale watu kimbia na kabak. Nakuja umeslide in. Hata uwezi omba. By the way, you are now, you know, this is very important. Na hizi ni vitu tulilana na wale watu walikuwa mbele yetu. Kama wewe ni worship team member, unafaa ukuje, you have some time with God, wewe na Mungu, hata kama ni 10-15 minutes, you cool off, you get into what you are supposed to do. Hata wenye ukikuja, for example, upate meeting inaendelea, kwanza before you even understand, sometimes the meeting can be over. Sometimes that is what happens. Mtu wa keyboard amekuja late, hata ajui kuna key ilivunjika. So I've not seen that in our church, but amechanganyikiwa. Key na mtu wa kuimba anaimba na huko anatafutana na huyu, and then there is a whole confusion. Let's do our part. Niona hizi ni slide 3. Learn your instruments and vocal parts before you come for the midweek rehearsal. Or usikuje Sunday kama ujui hizi vitu. Be expressive, be real. Do not let the congregation determine the level of your expression. Unajua congregations zingine inakujaga imechoka. Those guys sometimes can be beaten with life. They are tired. They actually came to church ile ni a sacrifice of worship. Alafu na wewe ukuje na the same attitude. You are in the wrong place. You are in the wrong calling. You are supposed to be like David. When those others are discouraged, unaitisha effort. Do we proceed and tukimbishane na wenye walichukua mabibi zetu na watoto, or do we remain? Twende, wewe unakuwa wa kwanza. Whether the economy is good or bad, sasa utakuja kuambia watu nini? Sela. Be sincere. We are not saying that you choreograph fake things. Be sincere. What we are seeing should be what is inside. Si ati mimi nainua mikono,